if you're hearing insurance prospects say, I need to think about it, this is what you need to take an account of so that you can actually get through this simple objection that your consumers are saying. Are you ready, my friends? First off, number one, you're not alone. This happens to so many insurance agents, myself included, and I've been in this industry over 20 plus years, 2+ decades, and oh my word, it doesn't feel any better when your prospects say, I need to think about it. So my friends, you're not alone. You're not on an island. It's going to be okay. We're going to get through this together. Number one, make sure that you've truly valued the client interaction, the prospect call. Did I put the time that I know I needed to into this phone call? Did I take control of what you can control? Did I put the time in to interacting with this prospect powerfully over the phone? Did I connect with them? Was I for them? Did I spend the time? Did I rush anything during the process? Because if you're rushing the sales process, you're going to hear prospects say, I need to think about it. That just means we didn't really lay out the value proposition the way we could have or should have. So we've got to really let that sink in. And I know that's not the funnest thing on the planet to go, you know what, I got to look in the mirror at times and say it was me. Now, it's not always you. It's not always you when they say I need to think about it. But number one, we got to make sure we can work out what we can control. And that's, did I focus on the client interaction? Was I intentional in my timing? And at any point, did I let the consumer rush me? We're in control of ourselves. We are the thermostat. We're not thermometers that are affected by everything that happens on the phone. So if the consumer says, get this over with, need a quote, give me the numbers, did you rush and give them the numbers and lose everything because you didn't find out what they wanted the policy or protection to actually do for them? You spit out numbers and then the consumer goes, thanks, I'll think about it, see ya. A lot of times prospects say, I want to think about it because we rushed the process or we became the one that couldn't control the call. We let the consumer control it. We've got to take our time in the sales process, be very intentional about owning that part if you're getting an overwhelming amount of, I got to think about it. All right. So did we really focus on the consumer? Did we cut any corners? Any corners? You may have not. And you're going to still at times hear this, and we're going to give you the fix. But did we cut corners? Did I cut corners? I can only control me, and you can only control you. So know that it's okay to every now and then have that happen. But if you're hearing it all the time, take an account of what you can control. Did I follow my script? Was I slow enough? Was I intentional enough with that prospect? Did I make them feel valued? Did I enjoy the conversation? Because if you're not enjoying the conversation with your consumer, guess what? They probably aren't either. And they're going to say, I got to think about it. It's a nice way of them saying, get off my lawn, get off the phone. They're trying to be kind to you. So focus on them. Who do they want the beneficiary to be? What do they want the protection to do? Who do they love? Who do they not want to leave a burden to? You got to know these things before you ever put out price. If not, they're always going to say, I got to think about it. It'll harm you and hurt you. So have a little time where you go, did I on that call or in the home actually take the time, and did I enjoy the prospect interaction? If you enjoyed it and were really connected with that client, then number two, I want you to focus on the only thing that most likely it will be. If you uncovered the problem, did you make sure that it was in their budget? Did you ask them about their budget to make sure that it really fit? Because sometimes insurance agents, we can be victim of being commission hungry, especially when we're new. And that's caustic. And it'll cost you a lot of money, more than you ever may know in life insurance sales, and especially final expense telesales when you're trying to slam a square peg into a round hole. These are amazing insurance prospects, some of the best insurance needs that we can meet for them because they're maybe middle income or low income. They don't have the bank account to take those burdens away for their family. They need you, my friends, but it's got to be budgetable. So when you're hearing, I need to think about it, it's their way of saying, I just can't afford it, man. I just can't do it. And insurance agents that are maxing out premium, trying to get big APs, and then the client, you say, you know, let's do a $100 a month plan, Mrs. Johnson. And she goes, I just need to think about it. She's just trying to reduce shame, and that's okay. She's probably trying to be nice to you, but in her mind, she's going, I can't spend that much. If she has a true need, and the problem is here, and you're trying to help her with a premium that's way up here, it's not going to work out. It's normally, my friends, the price. So if the price is the problem, you've got to unpack this. When the client says, I need to think about it, go, no problem, Mrs. Johnson. Can you help me understand what it is that you need to think about? And then listen. If you listen, you're going to learn. Insurance agents are so just accustomed to talk, sell, and that goes sour. Your consumer's going to say, I need to think about it. But it's normally always the price. So, Mrs. Johnson, here's another way you can say it. Mrs. Johnson, would you mind leveling with me? Is it just too much a month from what we were looking at? Is that all it is? Was it just a little too much a month? And when she says, yes, it was too much a month, I just can't afford it right now, because that's probably the reality of the conversation, most likely. Go, how much too much is it? And then be quiet. Just say, how much too much is it? That's it. Simple script. And then lean in. And when she says, oh, it's probably $20 too much, go, fantastic, Mrs. Johnson. So would it be, you know, better for you in your budget if we could do maybe a 30 a month plan or a 40 a month plan? Would that be better for you? And when she says, yeah, that would be better, then button it up and assume the sale with dignity and grace for the betterment of that client. You've got to assume that client, and you've got to assume that they need you if we've done our job. That's why I say you got to really take an account of, was I slow enough with that client? Was I intentional enough with that client? Because normally when they say they need to think about it, it's because we didn't deliver value. We didn't unpack who they wanted the beneficiary to truly be. We didn't own that process. And then the problem that's going to happen for you is, I need to think about it. When they say I need to think about it, and you followed good systems, it's normally always, and I mean almost always, the price. Now, sometimes a consumer can't afford anything in final expense sales. Pretty rare, because we can lower the death benefit, my friends, and take care of them in a very affordable fashion. We can drop death benefits to handle cremation and burial cost in final expense sales. So just phenomenally powerful. But a lot of insurance agents want to judge everybody by how they pay their bills, and what's good enough for you is different than what's good enough for them. A $2,000 death benefit may do amazing in their state for cremation and may lovingly care for their beneficiaries, but you don't think $2,000 is worth it. My friends, work things out for your consumers, your final expense prospects, in powerful ways. Don't judge a book by its cover. And when they say, I need to think about it, know that there's more to this. Get down to the price, because it's normally always the price, but always focus on what they want you to do for them. And then you know what? When the prospect says, I need to think about it, no problem. Jump right into what I've shared with you. And I hope this seamlessly solves the problem and helps you become more profitable in an industry that eats up a lot of insurance agents that think a lead is just a sale. No, a lead is great, but all leads can feel like crap if you're not spending enough time on your sales calls, and then they say these things and you go sour. Very simple fix, and I hope this gives you value today. Thanks for subscribing, those of you out there that do, and like the videos. I appreciate you doing that for me. And if you have a topic you want me to take up, well, put it in the comments below, and I may be just crazy enough to drop a video for you. So I appreciate you greatly. Oh, by the way, we do have a content up here that's going to help you manage your business to keep more of it on the books. And if you need anything at all, jasonfinalexpense.com, free resources for your taking. We do recruit agents as well as agents nationally to sell life insurance, Medicare insurance, and a ton of annuities, face-to-face, but also in the telespace, and free resources for your taking. No matter what work family you align with, I'm proud of you, I believe in you, and have a powerful day, my friends. We'll see you soon.